So you're over 40 and you're feeling like you put a little bit of the middle-age spread on. So why do I tell you to get strong first and not do what everyone else is telling you to do, which is calorie deficit and start to restrict? Well, you see, when you focus on getting stronger first and you know that that weight is going up over time, it's a good sign to you that you are simply starting to put on a little bit of muscle. And that's something that we need to be more mindful of rather than the number on the scale. You see, when we start to build that quality muscle, we're seeing the strength is going up. It'll start to help us with our metabolism, because if we have been diet hopping, jumping from this to that and starting to go into deficits all the time, one of the things that we'll do will have an effect on our metabolism. That's the engine, that's the room, that's where the fire is burning. Muscle, when we put it back on, will actually help us kick that up, stick it into another gear. Now that hormone profile, that becomes important, particularly as we go through this process and if we do it properly. Because you see, guys like me in the 40s and 50s, we really have it a little bit easier, particularly in consideration to our female counterparts who go things like lower drops in estrogen, and that kicks off lots of things like menopause, the topic that most of us guys don't want to touch or are afraid to touch. You see, the hormone balance is critical to us, not only maintaining our weight, maintaining the muscle that we just spent a shitload of time trying to build, but also what happens afterwards. Things like mental health, cognitive benefits. Now, this mental health, cognitive benefits, think about it this way. When you start to feel good about yourself, you will start to do other things that are good for you too. So if this, as I said before in some earlier videos, if you're not eating the foods that are going to love you back, when you're starting to feel better about yourself, you're more than likely going to be in that position where you will do that. And that cascades on to the next step that typically happens. We start to talk about a better body composition. Now kick on to the final thing. That better body composition will lead to us having a better overall performance. And it's not just about looking good naked, even though that's what everyone will tell you when you want to walk around in your G-Bang and take bathroom selfies. Better performance could be simply a better performance as a husband, as a dad, as a mum, as a daughter, whatever the situation that you'll find yourself in. More importantly, for those of us in my age group, more than likely going to be a better parent. You're going to be better with your peers because you're not going to be a grumpy old bastard. You're not going to be an angry shit. You're not going to be looking down at the fucking salad once again because you don't be doing that. You'll be eating good quality food. You'll be enjoying that muscle you put on. That's the reason why we talk about getting strong first. So to close this out, you can go, let's call it, I'm going to say, the typical route. You can go into a deficit because everyone's telling you that's what you need to do to lose weight. Let's talk about fat more importantly than weight. And anyone can do that. You ask anyone who has been a habitual diet hopper, they will tell you at some point they're getting down to the point where they're eating fuck all. Now, a 14-year-old girl, 4 foot nothing and a bit, needs at least around 13 to 1500 calories a day, what we call basal metabolic rate, the amount of energy that she needs just for her body to function. So please, where in the fuck do you think that you eating 1,000 calories or less or doing some of these 800 calories a day things, where do you think that that's going to be beneficial to you? Sure enough, you potentially will lose a shit ton of weight. You'll potentially become weak as fuck. You'll never be able to pick up the groceries, pick up the kids. Sure, you look great. Your ass will probably fall away too because you won't have a back shelf to look great in those jeans. Dudes, we're the same too, right? You might lose the roof over the tool shed, but at what expense? Look, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me at 55. I give a shit. I give a shit about seeing other dads out there who are, they look like fucking Skeletor. You know what I mean? For those of you who are in the 70s and 80s, you know that cartoon character where the shit's just stripped off the guy's face and he literally looks like a skeleton? They look weak. They look gaunt. People say, you look good. No, you don't fucking look good. You look weak. You look sick. For me, it's get strong first. The other stuff will come by getting stronger. If the time ever comes that I need to, and I'm physically prepared for it, I can step in and save the family. Who knows what'll happen to me, but at least I'll have the confidence that I can do that. I'll have enough muscle and enough strength, as I have today, that I can carry those 5, 6, 7, 8 grocery bags up that fucking driveway and into the house in one go. I would like to think that in future years, if my kids ever decide to have kids, that as a grandparent, I can get down on the floor, I can play with them, I can shake them up and give them back to mum and dad so that they can vomit on their shoulders and not mine. But more importantly, I can do. I can be physically capable. I'm not going to fall over. I'm not going to slip, trick, and break a fucking hip, because that's what happens. For those of you out there that are listening in that are older, please stop with the bullshit of diet hopping. Stop with the bullshit of calorie deficits as the only way that you can need to lose weight. And please, for the life of me, stop giving a fuck about the number on the scale. Even if you are severely and morbidly obese, start by moving a little bit more. Start by thinking about getting a bit stronger. Start by having that anchor. And when you've got that anchor is going to be something to remind you that when you do go into starting to eat better, you may need to reverse diet. You may need to be a person who has suffered the consequences of fucking around with food and your metabolism, that you're going to need to rebuild it. We call that the reverse diet. Getting yourself and your body ready up to a stage where you're eating enough good quality food, nutrient dense food, stuff that your body will love and it will love you back. And then when you're stronger, at some point in time, when you're ready, then you can go on the cut that helps define, tone you up, should you ever want to play tunes on your muscles. But please, for the life of God, get strong first. Now, if you're not sure where to start, maybe I can help you. Maybe you and I can have a conversation where we don't swear so much. But Google it. Go onto YouTube, search it. How do I get fitter as a 40-year-old? Do the things, try all the things. If you want something from someone who's been down deep in the hole and been a fat bastard, that's me, who suffered the consequences of not looking after my health. 2 strokes, thank you very much. Severe facial rosacea on here that I look like a character from The Simpsons who was 3-part pissed, and got out of that and managed to, at 46, do my MMA debut at 84 kilos. Yeah, I'm a bit heavier than that now, but we're back to it. We're back to getting stronger. We're still out. We're still getting our steps. I've still got kids, 18 and 22. If you want to know how I did it and see if maybe I can help you, or maybe you want to talk to one of my clients like Chris, who's gotten over the fact that he was told he would never do shit again with this bad back, and suddenly MRI a year or 2 later, the bulge is gone. Let's have a chat. Just starts. Dom, please, let's chat. No problems. Let's go.